The initial reception of Mega Man upon its release in 1987 was generally positive, with critics and players recognizing its innovative design. However, it's also clear that the game had some significant flaws that were later addressed in its sequels. The general reactions had to do mostly with its innovation. Firstly, Mega Man was praised for being one of the first games to successfully blend precise platforming with deep weapon-based combat, while other games focused on either platforming, like Super Mario Bros., or shooting, like Contra. Mega Man required players really to master both. And non-linear progression is another thing that should be mentioned here. So the most celebrated feature was its non-linear level selection. So basically the ability to choose from 6 different stages at the start was a novel concept that gave the player a sense of agency and replayability. Graphics and music were also had a positive reaction. The game's 8-bit graphics were considered actually stellar for the time, and its soundtrack, particularly the stage themes, were particularly iconic and were highly praised. There's more particular reactions as well, some mixed and some negative. One is the brutal difficulty, in fact, of the game, which is that the game was really infamous for its punishing difficulty, and it lacks the helpful features of later games, such as E-tanks, energy tanks, and passwords. Some level design elements, like the disappearing blocks and enemy placement, were seen as unfair by some. Also, the refined mechanics, compared to its sequels, really Mega Man 1 is seen as a rough draft for some of the mechanics. The controls are slightly more slippery, and the player lacks the ability to slide or charge the Mega Buster. Some people think this. And then the weapon balance. Some of the boss weapons were criticized for being either too powerful, like the Thunder Beam, which could be exploited with a pause glitch, as in the famous Yellow Devil pause glitch method, or almost useless, like the super arm. And then the Yellow Devil, of course, the Yellow Devil I just mentioned. The boss fight is particularly notorious for its difficulty and is often cited as one of the hardest bosses in the history of gaming, actually. Now, despite its flaws, or perceived flaws, the original Mega Man laid the groundwork for one of gaming's most enduring franchises and is praised for its foundational contributions to the action platformer genre. Calling Mega Man 1 a blueprint for a franchise, Mega Man really established the core formula that would be refined in over 50 sequels and spin-offs, actually. And this includes the run-and-gun gameplay, the ability to steal a defeated boss's weapon, and the iconic rock-paper-scissors weakness system, where each boss is vulnerable to a specific weapon from another boss. All these elements are present in these games. The game design influence for Mega Man 1, the game's really non-linear structure and focus on player choice have influenced countless games since. Its tight controls and emphasis on mastery over memorization became a standard for the genre. The art and the music as well for Mega Man 1 are also iconic. The characters, including Mega Man himself and the original 6 Robot Masters, have become icons, really, and the game's soundtrack is still widely celebrated and considered a classic of 8-bit music. Mega Man 1 is a solid foundation. I'll end with this, that while many argue that Mega Man 2 perfected the formula, the original game is recognized as an undeniable classic for its ambition and for pioneering a new style of action platforming that was distinct from its contemporaries. It is a testament to the strength of its core concepts that even with its flaws, it remains a beloved and influential piece of video game history, actually.